Hello! Welcome to Anime Mystics. I'm Roman, and tonight I am watching Hataage Kemono Michi episode 7. So, last episode was mostly a backstory episode dealing with, I don't remember her name, but the vampire that summoned Mao to the their world. She's apparently Hanako's rival. She has been unable to beat her in anything, basically her entire life, and is trying to find some way to beat her at something. She found out that, well, I can't remember her actual name, but Hanako has left her castle, probably, she assumes, searching for the hero to defeat him. But we know that's not the case. She's actually living with the hero, eating all of his food. And attempting to eat his animals whenever he's not looking. We saw that, I guess, Carmilla has been a screw up basically her entire life. She is what's known as a lesser vampire, lowest rank in the vampire, I guess, hierarchy. And the vampire girl was actually using this as a way to prove that she was better than Hanako by telling her, oh, you shouldn't have a lesser vampire as your servant. You should have one of the higher ranking vampires. You should let me give you a vampire to be your servant. But she was like, no, that's okay. Carmilla's freaking out because she does not want to stop serving Hanako. Apparently, she went to her asking to be her servant. So the vampire girl pretty much suggested that Carmilla and her servant should fight. And whoever wins, if the vampire girl servant wins, then Hanako has to basically fire Carmilla. And if Carmilla wins, then she can just stay as her servant. But I kind of figured that she won somehow because, I mean, she was still with Hanako. But apparently that wasn't the case. She did end up losing. There was no chance of her winning this fight. But Carmilla ended up keeping her anyway, saying that she wasn't going to, make her leave, and ended up like getting on her knees and bowing to the vampire girl. And then they left. And she's all going on about how she's no longer her like rival and can't believe she humiliated herself like that. But then, as they're in their carriage riding back to their castle, Hanako is standing out in the middle of the road and basically challenges her to a fight. She states that her family, I guess the Fafnir family, is like the most, I guess, war-hungry family in the Demon Lord's little group. And if she did not do something for what happened, then she would most likely have to hear it from the rest of them. So she challenged her to a fight, transformed into her dragon form, and I guess proceeded to destroy them. And then went on her way. Went back to her castle where she found Carmilla buried in dirt and a bunch of alcohol cans. And then punched her in the gut and brought her back in the mansion. Um, didn't really get much of Mao. They did offer to give him some weapons to fight the hero, but he said that would be cheating, and I'm assuming he's not going to take any of them. And Genzo, the only time we see him is when he's arguing with Carmilla about a mission they went on that she apparently messed up, and she's buried in the ground again, and he's fighting with her. So, that was basically it. Let's get into this episode and see what they're going to be up to. Alright, so the video is going to be located over here, and the link to the reaction is going to be in the description down below. Oh, see this, turn this down a bit. That's going to be too loud. Okay, and we're going to start this episode in 3, 2, 1.